Hey everybody, Kaori over here, and today I'm going to talk about Season 2 of The Walking Dead, Episode 5, which is the season finale of the video game brought to you by Telltale. So I didn't stream Episodes 3, 4, and 5, but I do have the results here of the choices I made and how it affected my gameplay. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you my review in way of what happened to me. Anywho, so before we go any further, just a reminder that I'm going to be spoiling this video game. So if you haven't played it, but you don't want to be spoiled, I suggest that you kind of press pause and then you come back later to continue the discussion by commenting below. However, if you don't plan on playing the video game and you just want to listen to me talk and smile or get upset, then welcome to my channel. Okay, so first and foremost, the finale of this game was tragic, as most apocalypse should be. There was, it gave you a feeling of sadness. There was no closure because you did, well, I keep saying you, but this is how I felt, okay? So I didn't get any closure. Like, there was no happy ending. It was just a way for more questions, and you feel unsettled, and it does open a huge door for a possible season 3. As you know, like, we continue to see Clementine and her evolving, and the last scene where she gets her hair cut and she ends up having a crush on a kid. Like, she's really grown up, that girl, and it's a solid series, I will say, from Telltale. One of my favorites. However, for me, the best one ever was the Wolf Among Us. Excuse me, I just brain farted because I remember in the beginning of this video I said season 2, but this is kind of season 3 because season 2 is when Clem was walking around without Lee. So excuse my mess, and if you've commented below, now you can delete it because I fixed that problem right here, right now. Anywho, so here are what happened. So my experience with David was heartfelt. So that means that I accepted David's hand after he punched me on the night of my father died, which I don't know, that's just kind of what came naturally. I supported David's plan to meet at his house in Richmond. In his time of need, I distanced myself from David, and after David passed, Gabe shot him to prevent him from turning. So that is what led to that. My overall thoughts about David was he was a jerk, but he meant well, and he was difficult to like sometimes because he's such a jerk to Javier and a kind of a know-it-all. But I think a lot of things stem from jealousy and just knowing that Javier had something that David didn't have the capacity to do, and that was kind of to put himself first, I guess, because, I mean, David did that too, but in a much, much different manner. Surprisingly, and I did kind of like this, was even though David was really upset about Kate and Javier, was a reveal, at the end of the day, that wasn't what mattered. It was his son and his brother, Javier. Okay, my experience with Kate was mixed signals. So I was relieved to see Kate alive in the junkyard. I rejected Kate's plans to leave Richmond. I told Kate I wanted a future with her. By the way, there was not really much of a choice. You had to say something, I guess, at the end of episode 4 that led to a romance, hence why you had to kiss her at the end of episode 5. And after I saved Richmond, Kate was nowhere to be found. So I don't know what happened for you guys, but Kate disappeared when I chose to go get my brother, because I promised to my dad that no matter what's going to happen, I'm going to go protect my brother. And I think that made the right choice. And I don't know if Kate's alive or dead, but if they can't find her, I guess you can assume she's gone. Mixed signals was, if I had the option and I was trying to go that way, was I don't like her, but I didn't like the romance in this video game. It fell flat for me. It wasn't a priority. I didn't like Kate very much. It just didn't work. So mixed signals. It would have been no if I didn't have to show her my affection leading to episode 5, you know? My experience with Gabe, the kid, was considerate. I upset Gabe by not staying in the trailer for the night. I told Gabe the truth about his neighborhood friend. After David drove away with Gabe, I went after my nephew, and I encouraged Gabe to honor the memories of those he lost. Okay, so Gabe was kind of a pain in the bum, but I think he massively improved through the progression of the game, and he just really wanted to grow up. He had the heart of Javier. It was kind of interesting because he kind of had the heart of his dad, but also the heart of Javier because he was kind of raised by Javier. So he was a little bit of both. So I understand the considerate thing because he was a kid and I didn't want to be a jerk to him. But he did have a lot of annoying moments. I was proud of him when he decided to go with his dad. I thought that was a good choice for the game, and it worked really well. And then my new frontier story. This is like the line where it says pretty much what happens based on the choices I make. And I gotta commend Telltale, by the way, because the choices you do make are becoming more and more important. Whereas in the beginning, it's like you make a choice and it's gonna be this or that, it's gonna change this, and it doesn't really change much. This time around, it didn't. So when I came to Trip, he died. Eleanor survived, but I did not forgive her for her betrayal. When it comes to Ava, well, she died, as you know, but I did choose Trip to survive, but Trip got shot. And Lingard, he finally told me where AJ was located, and I refused to inject him. So I think that kind of helps. I wonder what would have happened if I didn't help him, and I mean, if I did help him and he did get injected. Next one is Conrad. Conrad is dead in my game because I shot Conrad in the tunnel after he threatened Gabe's life. And of course, Jesus, or Jesus, Jesus, he became a homie to me. I told him I didn't want to lead Richmond, which is true. I don't want to have that responsibility, and it's like, no, Javier's a great guy, but he's driven by a lot of love and heart, and you think I need a little combo of both. Now, if Javier and David were together leading, I think that would have been a different story, because ultimately David was a good leader, don't you think? Okay, next one is Joan. Joan is missing, currently, and Clint. David shot Clint on stage after you agreed to Clint's deal. I almost forgot who Clint was until I kept looking at this picture. Ugh. So here, did I stand by David on the ledge? Yes. Like 93% of gamers who play this game, I stood by him by the ledge. I thought that was a great decision. What did I say to David about Kate? Like 28% of the players, I came clean about my relationship with Kate. I mean, it was going to come out anyway, right? And did I fight David back? Me and 65% of players showed my love for David even as he took his anger out on you. That means that I didn't punch him. I just kept saying, I love you. I love you. I love you. That's what happened there. Did I go after Gabe or Kate? I obviously went after Gabe. Kate just not feeling her. It's like, hey, I gotta go back. It's like, well, can we all go save David? And then, I don't know, whatever. I'm not feeling her. Did Clementine come along with me? When I read this, I'm like, there's an option for Clementine to come with me because she sure as hell didn't come with me. After the fight with David, Clementine followed her own plan, splitting up with me and 53% of players. So that was kind of disappointing to hear that was the situation. And the final thing here, which opens a door for season 4, I think I'm correct here, is my Clementine and what became of my Clementine because of my choices. Clementine enjoyed brief happy days with Kenny and AJ until a terrible accident changed all their lives, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to read all those to you, but the last one, once David took off in the truck with Gabe, Clem decided the best strategy would be to split up and help as many people as possible. Confident in her own skills and Javier's ability to handle himself. So, overall, Clementine ended up being a free spirit based on the choices I made with her and how I interacted with her character. I do hope she finds AJ. I do hope that Telltale continues to churn out more Walking Dead video games. However, I do hope that they work on A Wolf Among Us Season 2 because that was definitely left open for more questions and more answers. So Game of Thrones and Also, you're probably gonna watch my Guardians of the Galaxy streaming. Anyway, so comment below, let me know what you thought, what were your choices, what happened to you when you played, because I'm really, really curious, and let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to press that thumbs up button, press subscribe, tell a friend a day to keep me growing. Let's get me to 1,500, a little bit a day, and thanks for stopping over. I really missed you guys, by the way, and talk to you later.